Okay, in this video, I'm going to describe how to actually get into and use the textbook. So when you first log into MyCCBC from the home page, you'll land here, you click on My Courses. It'll then take you to a list of courses. You select the course you want. So today I'm going to use this course as an example. Then, of course, you go to find the book. In Brightspace, you go to Content. And the way I have it set up, not everyone will have it the same way, is I have it in a module I call Text and Homework. I try to name it as straightforward as possible. I don't know, I might name it something like Textbook or maybe Mind Tap and Text or something like that. But it should identify over here in the way I set it up that that's where you want to be. Mine opened right up to that page by default. So then you see here this lengthy thing. I may change the name of that to say textbook or something as well. Maybe that would be clearer. And then I'm going to click on that. And then click again to open it. And my computer's moving slow because QuickTime Recorder actually slows it down. So here are the assignments by week, which I explained in a different video, why it starts at week 3 and how this sort of works and why it's this way. So if I go to where there are some activities in this view, or if I know I'm looking to do chapter 1, if I'm looking to read chapter 1, I could go to the outline view. Let's go ahead and look at it from this view first. To open the book, I click where it says interactive book, and that will take me to the book. Or if I know I'm going to chapter 1, I go back to the outline view, go to chapter 1. What are you looking to do? Read the chapter. Okay, open that, and there's the same link, interactive book. So to open the book and actually read your text, it's not one big file. You can access this one big file somewhere over here, right here. I wouldn't do that. These going chapter by chapter works out fine, and it's right next to your homework over here. So I would just click this, and it will open your book. This is your book. Any second now is your book. There it is. And so this is like a splash page or a table of contents for just for chapter 1. To get to chapter 2, you would, back where we were in that list, you would go to chapter 2. If you wanted to go to chapter 2, you would get it here. Of course it would. So then, going back into chapter 1, let me explain some tools about the book, some neat things about the book. When you click this button here, it sort of turns the page. In the book, there are some pretty nifty little videos like this one. This is just the author introducing the book. It's actually not a bad video. It's not super important, but it's not terrible to watch either. It's kind of useful. And this is just some introductory stuff here. Let me click at the beginning of the chapter, our first term, of course, terms. Here I turn to page. Here I turn to page, but I want to show you something. If I don't scroll down, like if I'm reading this and I get to this word when, if I click this again, it's not going to follow up on that sentence. No. If you want to read the page, you scroll down. That's how you read down a page. And then these videos, by the way, are embedded throughout the book, and they're pretty helpful. They help support what you just read. What these buttons over here do, they look like they're turning the page for their first couple pages, but they're not. It's just that the first couple pages were short. What they're doing is turning whole sections. At the end of the sections, not all the sections, but a lot of the sections are those little videos. Then, periodically in the book, you get to these quick quizzes. These quick quizzes are the same ones that are listed here. So you could access it here. I wouldn't do that. I would access it in the book here, because after you've gone through the book, the quiz will be much easier. So you can get it right the first time by doing that. One thing I don't like, let me undo what I just clicked. They made this in blue. It makes it look like this is a link, but it's not. This doesn't do anything. To get access to the thing, you have to click this caret right here. That opens it up. And everything is taking a while on my computer because, as I just gave a warning up here, QuickTime uses a lot. And I have to run QuickTime to record it. So here's your quick quiz. So you can start assignment now and then answer the questions. They will be the same questions as were here, but these are for doing after you've read the chapter. So you'll actually do them well. That's how I would do them. And then after I'd done those, I would go ahead and work on the chapter quiz and the homework. But that's up to you how you want to approach it. Some other things. Good practice at the back of the book. Let's see, at the back of the chapter, I believe. Let me try to get to the back of the chapter. So again, this is turning whole sections, not pages. A little summary there. Chapter in a nutshell. Key concepts. Gives you a definition of terms. In your 100, 200 level class, knowing the terminology is, I'd say, 80% of the battle for most of your classes. The questions for review, the problems and applications. These are the homework questions I used to do on paper. I sort of prefer them. They match the questions that are in here for practice that I don't require. Problems and applications. They match those questions. So if you want to do some extra practice to really understand what's going on, those are good questions to do. You can do them on paper, or you can just do them here, and then it'll correct your work for you, give you feedback. So it's actually a very good tool. Another couple of things about the book. This turns it into an audiobook. You can click this and listen to your book. This just changes the font. This adds bookmarks to pages, so you can, if you're reading, you can just bookmark a page. Of course, everybody knows this is to print. You can make notes and edit in your book with this thing. I haven't messed with it. I don't know how to do it well. There you go. You can add a note, highlight, that sort of thing. Kind of cool. I forget what this does. Oh, it goes back to the table for that chapter. So that's some information about navigating your way around the book. Again, like if you're finished with chapter 1, don't mess with this. If you're finished with chapter 1, close it, and then go to chapter 2. Right here. Or again, the whole book is available to you over there, but I think that would be a little bit harder to work with than going one chapter at a time. So hopefully this helps.